Matthew 24.
Got it, brother.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
We have brothers of the GMS Charlotte, North Carolina camp coming to you week in, week out in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shana Rashad. First and foremost, before we start this lesson, we're going to face the east. We give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone that we do that towards the truth, peace and salutations to the holy elect. So you would say Shalom.
Shalom.
Pretty much, we're going to open up, going to the book of Daniel, the second chapter.
There you go.
Because, one thing that we have to do, right, is always stay in prophecy, man. To warn our people about the time that we're coming into. Because when we read the book of Daniel, it talks about the part iron and part clay, right, going to what? NATO and the EU, the revised Roman Empire, man. Right, and we are now in these times where Yahweh Shai, as you see, there are more and more signs showing you, and it's being revealed to you, that Yahweh Shai is ready to come back here and destroy this place, man, to establish his own kingdom right here on earth. We can go ahead and jump right into it, man.
Because we're in that time, man.
That's right.
We're in that time where Yahweh Shai is coming to conquer all the world's empires.
That's right.
All right, he's coming to establish his presence upon the earth, man. All right, and the scripture say, matter of fact, not to jump the gun, but can we get 2 Ezra 13?
Yes, sir.
Just real quick, that'll get it going. You know what I'm saying? The key point is, how is the Lord coming back? I feel like a lot of Israelites don't talk about that enough.
Yeah.
Like, how is the Lord coming back? What type of fashion is he coming back in? Because, the majority of the planet Earth is in the spirit that, it's going to be a white man that's going to come out of the clouds. Come to me, my niggas. That's the spirit that's out there. He going to come down giving hugs.
Yeah.
No, he's coming back in a dramatic fashion.
Right.
All right? You got it, brother.
You got it. What verse?
You start from the top.
God, this is 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 1. It says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof.
Yeah, it's not talking about the actual sea. It's talking about the firmament.
That's right.
All right, the waters, Shemayim. He's gonna crack the clouds. Right? He's gonna come from the waters, if you will. Right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him.
Right. Hey, the great and terrible day of the Lord.
Yeah.
Right? The whole planet is going to witness the return of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire.
Right, his voice. We're really going into you all seen the Independence Day movie when them gigantic laser beams came from the clouds. Matter of fact, give me Isaiah 30 and 30. Because the glorious voice of the Lord is going to be heard.
This is Isaiah 30 and verse 30. And Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard.
Yeah, he's going to cause his glorious voice to be heard. Go ahead.
And shall show the lightning down of his arm.
Shall show the lightning down of his arm, man. That's that laser power, man. Go ahead.
With the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire.
Right.
With scattering and tempest and hailstones.
Right. What's the scripture how it says, shall not people be utterly beaten to powder at the Lord's presence?
That's the 2 Ezra, I believe.
You see what I'm saying? The Lord is coming to cook these people, man.
Yeah, speak about that fire. That's what the laser is that we're talking about. That's concentrated fire the Lord's going to send down to melt these people back to the elements.
That's it. Hey, remember when you was young, you had the magnifying glass?
Exactly.
And you used to burn the ants? Right. You used to burn a piece of wood on the ground? Right? Magnify that by 100 million, You got it, brother.
This is the book of Habakkuk 3 and verse 3. The Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise.
Man, the Lord's glory is going to cover the heavens, man. When Yahweh Shai comes on the scene with the heavenly host, his presence is going to cover the heavens, man. Right? Imagine how people are just going to drop dead just off the sight. Right. Just give up the spirit. The planet Earth is just in chaos. All right, you got to envision that.
says, verse 4, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was hiding of his power. Read this again. Habakkuk 3 and 4, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was a hiding of his power. Talking about them laser beams. But it says, verse 5, before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. Just talking about that destruction, that he left a trail of destruction in his path, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere he went was death and destruction laid out behind him.
Yeah. What Habakkuk said, was you angry with the trees? Was you angry with the rivers?
Right.
You know, and it's heavy because in Revelation 7, and what is it? They told the angels to what? To not hurt the earth or the trees until what? The servants of the Most High be sealed in their foreheads. Right. They're going to come and bring pure destruction.
Right.
You got it.
I had
Oh,
a
go
more
ahead.
to add because as we're going into, the people aren't privy to what Yahweh Shai is going to do when he makes his grand return, man. So just feeding on some pretty more. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And that's what we have been going into in these last few minutes, just showing you what the spirit Yahweh Shai is coming in, man. Because he's about to wage war upon the wicked. All right, and these people are overdue for judgment. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, all right, he's coming back with that magnified anger of Yahweh, all right, to bring forth his judgment.
Yep.
You know, Yahweh Shai was given the keys to judgment, man.
Yep.
All right?
Yahweh's a man of war.
Yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 10. You shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? You shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
There you go. Break it down.
Right. So the Lord is bringing death and destruction, man. Right. He's asking who's going to be able to stand up against us, man. Which the answer is nobody. But especially these kingdoms that, as the brother's going to go into, how the Lord is coming to conquer all these kingdoms. Man.
Give me a little bit more out of 2 Corinthians 13. I'll jump to that Daniel, the 2nd chapter.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Yeah.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Yeah, he engraved it. This is what Ezra saw. He likened that massive fathership, if you will, as a great mountain that was flying in the air. Can you imagine seeing something like that now? All right, you talking about a chariot the size of a state floating in the sky, bro? Man, you got it. It's gonna blot out the sky.
Verse 7.
And what's heavy, not to cut you off, but what's heavy, this is what Esau and these governments around the world are preparing for. Revelation 12 goes into what? A war in heaven. These nations really, World War III is really these nations getting ready to fight against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh, man. You know? This is what this whole New World Order thing is about, man. These nations preparing to fight against the Lord. You got it, brother.
It's about Donald Trump. He created the Space Force. The 6 branches of the military.
That's it.
You know?
2nd Ezra 13 and 7. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Yeah, he was saying I couldn't find out the region where this mountain that was flying in the sky was carved out of. That's how massive this chariot was. As they showed you in Independence Day. Right? Where you think they got the concept to make that movie from? From the scriptures. From this particular scripture here.
Who made that? Michael Bay?
I want to say,
I think he said
I know he
it.
made the second one, I believe.
Yeah, I believe he said it. Whoever the director
Yeah.
was said they got the inspiration.
Yeah, they know. They know exactly how it's going to play out. And they showed you in the movie how the armies were fighting against the Lord.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to be no jet flying up in the fucking, you know, and blowing up. No, it ain't going down like that, man.
You ain't beating the chain.
Right, you're not beating the Lord. Go ahead.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
All right, because the Lord going to put the spirit on these nations to fight. They're going to be scared, but for the sake of the Lord's movie, they're going to fight back.
Yeah.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Yep.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Yeah, and that's linking up back what we read in Isaiah 30 and 30. The glorious voice of the Lord is going to be heard. He will shoot down lightning from his arm. That's that concentrated fire.
That's the Independence Day scripture, man.
There you go.
I got one mine.
This is another account from John the Revelator. Revelation chapter 13 and Revelation 12 and 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels.
Yeah, the dragon going into pretty much Esau's power structure. All right, his military. He said his angels going back to his fighter jets, his drones, helicopters, whatever Esau coming with. You know, they got satellites equipped with lasers and nuclear missiles and all of that. He's gonna try to use his whole force against the Lord.
Verse 8. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven.
Right, so it was already written for him to lose. Right, so we're in them times, brothers. You know, these things are going to play out in our lifetime, man. Lord willing, we live to see it. You know.
I have one more just to prove to you that dragon is Esau.
Come.
This is Isaiah 27 and 1.
There you go.
In that day the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan. Esau would be the modern day Leviathan of today.
That's right.
Just like in the past, you had ancient Pharaoh. He was the Leviathan of that time, the dragon of that time. Right? Read it again from beyond.
Isaiah 27 and 1. In that day the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan,
Yep.
the piercing serpent,
Yep.
even Leviathan, that crooked
The
serpent.
crooked serpent, man. All right, going back to that serpent in the garden. The devil, the Edomite, Satan, Revelation 20 and 2? Right? Go ahead.
And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Yeah, he shall slay the dragon that's in the sea. The sea representing multitudes of nations and peoples. Right? So that great sword going back to the nuclear destruction as well as the chariots, man. That all ties into the sword that he's going to use to punish Leviathan. Right? Any more in that 2 Ezra 13?
Now we go down to verse 12.
Yeah, go down to verse 12.
Now this is 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 11.
Yep.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath,
Yep.
and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Yeah, he said nothing was to be perceived but dust and the smelling of smoke and fire, man. You see, imagine what Ezra saw, like they showed you in the movie. When that laser beam came out of that massive chariot, whole New York City was scorched.
Right.
You know?
Yep. It was a foreshadow.
Yep.
Right.
Was that the end of verse 11?
Come.
I gotta put this up.
Yep.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 30. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh. Okay? The military of Esau, Edom, right? The dragon is not going to be able to stand against Yahweh Bashem al-Shah.
Yeah, you can create all your little makeshift spacecraft that you think can rival the chariots. You can have your what's the shit in the sky? The space, the lasers. Is that what it's called?
Rise of God.
The Rods of God is another one. The dew weapons. None of these things are going to do anything against Yahweh Bashem Shah's will, because it's written for you that you devils be destroyed, man.
Right. Verse 31. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of Yahweh. Okay? And we understand and we believe that our safety is from on high. Okay? We don't put our faith in man. Alright? And that's what we're trying to implore our people to do, is to detach from this man, because that's what they reverence as their safety and security.
That's right.
They look at Esau as the one that's going to provide them safety and security, man. But that's a false claim, man. Your safety truly comes from the Lord.
That's why the scriptures tell you, woe to them that put their trust in man and make princes the arm, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know?
Finishing out 2 Ezra 13 and 12. Afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep. So that's the point then.
I got to go through something just to back you brothers up. This is the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 66, starting verse 15, and it reads, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You got it.
go ahead.
Come. Isaiah 66 and 15, "For the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind." You see, and what it means by the chariots of the Lord, people they call it what? You know, UFOs, you know, but yeah, you know, UAPs, but these are the chariots of the Lord, man, and they're also going to be here to destroy this place, man, right? Shooting laser beams, you know, on these individuals, man. And also, the Lord's going to use the ICBM missiles because these missiles are also part of the Lord's army, right? Isaiah 66 and 15, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." You see, so in these scriptures here, it's not telling you that the Lord's coming back here in a very peaceful manner to pass out Skittles, Reese's Pieces out, man. Right? Yahweh Shai is coming back here very, very upset, man. So this is why you so-called blacks like within America, right? We can get right with it, hope that we'll get delivered in this time. Continuing on, verse 16, and it reads, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh." And when you go into that word plead, it means judgment. Hence the day, or hence that day, judgment day, man. See? Continuing on, "And the slain of the Lord shall be many." You see that? And the first time I read the scripture here, man, you know, it made me want to get right with the Lord immediately, man. Because again, you know, just going back to what the elder's saying, these things are already written in the scriptures that when Yahweh Shai coming back here, your fighter jets, your tanks, your missiles and all of that, they're not going to mean anything when you try to shoot these things at the chariots and also at Yahweh Shai, man. Pretty much they're going to be burned, you know, right there on the spot, referring to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, man. You know, there's nothing going to be left here but pretty much smoke, you know.
This is Revelation 19 and verse 11. "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. In his righteousness he doth judge and make war." Right, because he's coming to bring righteous judgment. The judgment that he's bringing upon America and upon the world is righteous. It's needed in order to bring in that righteous kingdom that's going to be established on the kingdom on the planet Earth. But it says, verse 12, "His eyes and his flint."
And that's the only way peace gonna come on the earth. Right. In order for peace to be established on the earth, war must come first.
That's always been the trend in history. All right, war. No peace was ever gained through anything, you know, other than war.
Yeah.
All right, because no kingdom is going to willingly give themselves over to another kingdom. It has always goes through a period of war.
Verse 12, "His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns." And whose crowns are those going to be? The kings of these of the world right now. He's taking away all these crowns, man.
That's symbolic going into how the Lord is going to strip these leaders of their rulership.
Right.
He's not going to literally be wearing different crowns. He's showing that how he's coming to smack down all these other people.
Right, he's going to take all the many.
Yeah.
It says, "And he had a name written that no man knew but himself." That's pretty much it.
Daniel. We can start around around verse 26.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 26. "The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen, and their interpretation thereof?"
So, you know, when you go into this story here, you know, Nebuchadnezzar II, he had a dream, man, you know, and pretty much he needed somebody to interpret this dream that he had, right? And Daniel, by him being a prophet of the tribe of Judah, right, could pretty much interpret this dream, right? And we're going to break down what this dream means in the scriptures, man, through the Spirit.
Verse 27. "Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king had demanded cannot the wise men The astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets.
That's right. You know, so the most high, he reveals secrets. So the brother grabbed what's that, Amos chapter 3. You know, because again, the most high, he reveals these secrets, man. Right? And even back then, you know, the prophets, they had received secrets. But you know, today's time, you know, starting with our held apostle Tahar, you know, these men have been endowed with the secrets to know more than the prophets back then, man.
Right. Another word for secret is going into the mystery, man.
That's right.
Right? So this is Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets.
That's right. So these secrets here, they were revealed unto the prophets, man. Right. This is why everybody can't
Just look at the one that
This is why everybody can't break down the scriptures, you know, the way that we do, man. You know, because a lot of these people out here, they're not the prophets. You got it, brother. Seers.
Yeah, that's why pursuing the Revelation chapter 5, Yahushua broke the seals
That's right.
and made these things plain unto us, man. So he broke the seals, which enabled us to obtain the mysteries,
Right. That's right.
the understanding ultimately.
Go ahead. This is Psalms, Volume chapter 25 and verse 14. It says, "The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will shew them his covenant." You see, so pretty much just land back on the point, you know, the Lord shows his secrets to the prophets. You know?
Book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams.
Brothers, people all over the planet are having visions, you know, dreams, epiphanies, whatever you want to call them, visions of the future, seeing the Lord, the destruction, the salvation of the elect. The Lord said he was going to pour his spirit upon all flesh.
You can literally go on YouTube and just type in end time vision, and you're going to see a plethora of people having dreams about the destruction of the Lord's making.
That's it.
There was one lady, she actually had a dream about the day of the Lord, and you know, she was pretty much crying, man. She had her head covered up and all of that, man. And when you hear her testimony, you can tell that it was genuine. You know, she was sincere.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, the point is that people that are having visions in these days, man, kids, you know, older folks, you know, people
like this.
of different nations and all of that, man. Right? So showing you that, you know, we are definitely in the last times.
Yeah, it was an Issacharite like 5-6 years ago that had a vision. He said when he got to heaven, you know, it was nothing but jakes up there. You know, he was speaking about, you know, so-called Negroes in particular. But he said when he saw, you know, the heavens, he saw nothing but the jake out there.
That's the same Jake that was talking about how there was a line.
Yeah, there was a line, yeah.
Get their judgment.
Yep. You got it, Axel.
Continue on. Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And upon all servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of
And
smoke.
all these things we've been seeing throughout the years, man. Signs in the heavens, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, you know, blood moons, strawberry moons, right? There's been a lot of different things going on amongst the celestial bodies.
Right.
Planetary alignments, all types of stuff, man. Right? You got portals opening up. Right? It's a lot of things going on, man.
Government, a few years back, just outright said, look, the chariots is real. And nobody batted an eye to it. They were like, all right.
As a matter of fact, you had one issue like whether you watch the live.
Oh yeah, that one was heavy too.
Watch the live things from last and out of nowhere. But I can tell you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All over, you know. So, yeah, you know, so the Lord is, you know, revealing to you that we are definitely in the last times, man, in the last days.
Right. And speaking on what y'all saying, because that we have that understanding to know why all these things are being done. You know, that's why Jeremiah 10 and 2 lets us know, you know, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. Because that's the Lord communicating with the earth to let them know, all right, what's going on, you know, what time we're in, what season we're in.
If I may add, and that's why the prophets are important now. Because everybody can clearly see we in those times. But the prophets are the ones that have been given the understanding to break it down to the Holy Spirit.
Which with the spirit, the bar is going into Daniel the second chapter because he's showing that the Lord's showing that importance of the prophets, man. Because only the Lord's people can decipher these things. These leaders don't have that understanding, man. That's why they get all bugged out when they see these things going on, man. But,
This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 25, and it says, "There shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring," which, pretty much land back on the point that pretty much the heavens pretty much mirror what's going to happen on the earth.
exactly.
Daniel 2 and verse 28. Daniel 2 and verse 28. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets.
Right, but there's a power in heaven that reveals secrets. That's heavy, man.
Oh.
This is what he told Nebuchadnezzar. Right? Because remember, his team couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, his wise men,
Right.
and his magicians and whatnot.
Right.
He was letting them know, like, look, I'm not going to tell you what my dream was. I need you to tell me to let me know that you for real know what you're talking about, bro. And then, when you get the preface of the story of that chapter, they was bugging out. It was like, yo, if you don't tell me if my dream is correct, I'm going to kill y'all. And so it was like, yo, we got to figure this out.
Pressure.
It was like, yo, go get Daniel, man.
Right.
They were stalling for time. Because they couldn't figure it out.
Ask like give them some hints. Like we need something to work with. It's like, nah, y'all gonna figure it out on your own. I got one to add to y'all. This is Deuteronomy 29 and 29 in the AMP. It says the secret things belong to the Lord our power.
Right.
But the things which are revealed and disclosed belong to us and to our children forever, so that we may do all the words of this law.
Yeah, so those generation of prophets from the past are back on the earth today. All right? Are you not of your forefathers? So those men, hey, Isaiah 34, can I get one more? Salakia. Isaiah 34, last verse. How they will continue to come back in that lot. You got it, brother.
It's Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, "The Most High, who at sundry times in a diverse manner spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom he also made the worlds." So this is just telling you, the Lord is disseminating this message through the prophets, man. And he's used, and Yahweh Shai is being used to give us that spirit, right? To give y'all the understanding of the scripture.
Yeah, hey, Proverbs, the first chapter, the Lord said what? I have made known my words unto you. How did he do that? Through the prophets. That's right. All right? Through the men that he ordained.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 17. "And he hath cast a lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by lot."
Yeah, that's the talent, the portion of spirit that was distributed to every brother according to the measure of the state. All right, so everybody's back in their lot. Go ahead.
"They shall possess it forever."
See, they shall possess that lot forever. So if he was a prophet in the past, he would have come back in every incarnation as that prophet.
That's right.
Go ahead.
"From generation to generation shall they dwell therein."
Yeah, see, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein. Meaning what? In that lot. So yes, indeed, the men of the Lord are back on the earth, man. Hey, the Lord has raised prophets up in Babylon. All right?
Quick precept just to add to that. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 11. Matter of fact, I'll start at 10. "And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter." Speaking of the scriptures. Verse 11.
Hey, because with much knowledge comes grief.
It says that in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, the last verse, much wisdom increases sorrow.
Yeah.
You gotta think, hey, receiving them visions back there, it said the prophets, they got sick.
Yeah.
Verse 11. "And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings."
Yeah.
So that validates reincarnation, but as we're discussing, the prophets have been reincarnated to stand in their lots in the last days, prophesying.
Right, and that sign has always been given before the end of my empire. And to the point, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. That's what's going on today to let us know that the prophets are back today, man. You know, and this is what Daniel was pretty much, giving the vision of the course of how history was going to go to let us know, all right, how we're in the end, man. All right, because all the kingdoms that's listed in this chapter, they came and went, and we're in the end of that vision. All right.
Yeah, definitely. We're at the end of that vision. That's the point. Go back out.
I got a quick precept from that. This is the book of First Samuel, chapter 9. I'm gonna jump straight to the point in verse 9, and it reads: Before in Israel, when a man went to inquire the Most High, thus he spake, Come and let us go to the seer. For he that is now is called a prophet, and before times it's called a seer. You see, so just backing up the point that the prophets that they're here today, and these men, right, are the seers, man, right? And this is why these things here can be broken down and they're being made plain. We're not wrestling with these things, man. These things are what's that? Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. It tells you that make these things plain upon tables, man. Right, so we plainly see what's going on. Showing you that the seers are back in the last time.
Vision is clear.
That's right.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 28. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets,
Right.
and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days.
The latter days. See that? That's the point, man. Showing you, that all the way back then, right? All the way back then, that these things would be happening in these times, man. And as you see, when you read further again into this chapter, right, it shows you that we are in that final rulership, proving to you that we are in the last days, in the latter times.
Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. Verse 29. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed. What should come to pass hereafter? And he that revealeth secrets, maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have, more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart.
Basically, they had the understanding of the vision.
May I get a precept?
You got it.
This is the book of Genesis 40 and verse 8, going into whenever Pharaoh had a vision as well,
Yep.
and Joseph had to interpret it. But just getting to the point, it says, and they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to the Most High? Tell me them, I pray you. So just backing up that point, that the interpretations, the revelations of all these dreams and visions and prophecy comes from Yahweh Shem Shah.
Hey, that's a heavy point, man. And that proves that you got to have the Holy Spirit with you to discern the interpretation, to break the scriptures down, man. That I did a lesson going into how the Holy Spirit enables you to have that understanding,
Because you see, there's a lot of people out there that call themselves prophets,
Yep.
Israelites, they pretty much just botching the scriptures, man. And as you see, scriptures tell you what, that evil men and seducers, they shall wax worse and worse.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, going back to what elders said, the Spirit of the Lord ain't really supping with these guys, man. Showing you that they're not the seers, they're not the prophets today.
Right. Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 13, right? He said, many wise men, righteous men desire to see those things which you see and have not seen them or heard them.
That's right.
Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
So the Lord is only dealing with the ones he's dealing with.
That's right. These guys often, they don't have that eyesight. They can't see because wisdom wasn't bestowed upon them. That's why guys can't break down the Revelation, the 13th chapter with the MOTE. Most of these guys, they don't even talk about the day of the Lord, Jacob trouble, none of that. Showing you that these are the seers, man. True prophets. That's right.
Going back. Daniel 2 and verse 29. Salakia. Verse 31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible.
That's right. So, pretty much the Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel was explaining to him that he saw a great image. Yeah. Daniel, he saw this great, he was telling the king about this great image that he saw, man.
A statue.
Yep, it's that great statue. And the brother's going to show you, brothers, what the statue was.
And those and those represented various empires.
That's right. That's right.
That's what we're going to get into.
That's right.
Verse 32. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thigh of brass.
That's right. So when
Went
you
to
go
a restaurant.
to that gold,
Albert
this
Zimmerman
head
and-
is going to what? The Babylonian Empire, man. Right? During the time when Nebuchadnezzar was ruling. You see? And also that silver goes into the Medo-Persian Empire, man. And also that brass goes into the Greek Empire. See?
Verse 33. His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
That's right. And his legs is going into the Roman Empire, man. Right? If you notice, all these rulerships, they were here, right? And they came to an end. And also when you go into that part iron and part clay, right, go into what? The NATO and the EU, the revised Roman Empire, man.
If I could add to that, the Lord sets a measure at which these kingdoms are appointed to reach a certain threshold that they can't pass over.
That's right.
Right? I got a quick example if I may. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 15 and verse 13. It says, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Now, this is speaking specifically of ancient Egypt. Excuse me, misspoke. Ancient Egypt. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. Point. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet filled. Okay, so the Amorites, they had to reach their threshold before the Lord would turn over the kingdom.
This is why here in America, we're still bound to captivity. Because the Lord has to have Esau get to a certain threshold before he takes down Babylon. This is why when you read Romans 9 and 17, it said the Lord, he raised up Pharaoh to pretty much show forth his power, man. This is why he's allowing Esau to get in his mind some status of a god, so that when he brings that judgment we went into earlier, the whole world is going to fear Yahweh Shah like they did when he took the Egyptians down. I got one more to add to that. This is Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and a demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of Benjamin. Add on to what the brother Charles just said, this is on the Lord's movie. It says, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So as we go into with this statue, when breaking down the major rulership that was going to take place in the world, all right, right now we're in the latter part of that statue, man. All right, the end of the heathen rulership. And so Yahweh Shah is having these final prophecies play out before we inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Just add on to how all these kingdoms that rule had an appointed time.
Acts chapter 17 and verse 26 in the NLT. From one man, he created all the nations throughout the whole earth. He decided beforehand when they should rise and fall, and he determined their boundaries.
Yeah, you see that? Every empire that existed had an appointed time to rule, a set measure of time to rule before the Lord took it down. That's why, one more, 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, to that set measure be fulfilled. Give me that, because, hey, like he told Ezra, right? He told Ezra that what the prophets will ultimately come back over and over again until that set measure be fulfilled. And we're in that time of that set measure. The last heathen ruling empire. See?
Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37. It says, by measure hath he measured the time, and by number hath he numbered the time, and he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Right, so the Lord is not going to move until the said measure be fulfilled. Certain things had to play out in the earth, man. Specific prophecies had to come to pass. All right, before the Lord brings the ultimate end, if you will. Right, any more?
It's just like when you think about a line, right? Every line has a beginning point and it has an end point.
That's right.
You know, so nothing ever just runs continuous, man. You know?
One more.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Lord has an appointed time for these said kingdoms, how long they're supposed to rule, man.
Yep.
And no matter what these heathens tried to do to pretty much extend their rulership, once the Lord dictated time for them to go down, they went down. This is Job 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Now we always bring this out for Esau, but you can apply this to all the heathen and their rulership,
Yes.
man. Because they all had a particular time to rule. And when the Lord said, okay, it's time for them to go down, all right, they went down that very day.
That's
Right?
it. Heavy.
Can you bring out Second Ezra 16?
God. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So just, further solidifying the point, Esau, is pretty much at the end of the world. Esau will be ruling at the end of his current system, man. Right? But Jacob is going to rule next, man.
Right.
And as you see, going back to the elder, all the points that the brother was bringing out, right, there's signs that they're showing you that we are at the end of this devil's rulership. Earthquakes, famines, pestilences, chariot sightings.
Yep.
Right, but the point is, we're now at the end of his rulership.
Yep.
And everybody's starting to see it.
Yep.
Wanted to ask you right there, because you brought out Second Ezra 6 chapter. We understand that Esau is the end of the world, and that's speaking of an age. Okay? Esau is the end of the rule of the heathen. Okay? And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And Jacob's dominion is going to be an everlasting dominion. That's why the scriptures say what? World without end. It's going to be an eternal rulership. Okay? Perfected under the reign of Yahweh Bashem outside.
That's right. The scripture says that Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Yeah. And that's heavy too. And look what's going on in Israel right now.
That-
Right? All them heathen are about to get eradicated out that land.
That's right.
Right? Via what? Nuclear war.
yeah.
We jump back to it.
God, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 34.
Read 33 again.
God, 33. His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces.
Right, and the significance behind the feet, if you will, is it said that he saw a stone that was cut out without hands, representing Yahweh Shai. It smote the feet. The feet is the end of the body. And when you look at the image, it shows the stone hitting the feet and the image collapsing. Right? Because when Yahweh Shai comes, what that represents, he's going to take down all the ruling empires. Right?
That's right. When you think about an image, or you think about something, if something was to hit your feet, you're going to go down, man. That's one part of the body. If you get hit hard enough, you're definitely going to, your whole body is going to come down, fall.
Especially, I'll say especially the Achilles heel.
Yeah.
That Achilles tendon gets hit, hey, you're done.
You can't even walk or nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why in the spirit, that's why when Esau came out, Jacob was pulling his heel, which is symbolic of Esau getting pulled out of power by Jacob. Just like what happened to them with the ancient Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire.
Yep.
All right, they got took down by Jacob.
Yeah.
That's right. You hit that Taylor's or you cut that, Achilles tendon, it's over, man. I had my Achilles tendon cut, and I couldn't walk for months.
Yeah.
So once Yahweh Shai come back, and that rock, right? When Yahweh Shai smoked that image, it's over, man.
Right. And I wanted to mention too, because as you go through the different kingdoms, all right, as they got better with their weaponry, the quality of their kingdom went down. This is why when you got to the feet, you read about how the feet were mixed with iron and miry clay, bro. That's an unstable foundation, man. Because like you said, when that great millstone comes and hit it, man, it's gonna knock it down, man.
That's right. And also that clay and that iron, they really can't mix together anyway. So it's always division, and as you see what's happening in the earth, it's a lot of division that's happening, man.
Right. That's why you got complaining, because part of being in miry clay, it makes you stuck.
Yeah.
And the more you try to struggle and get out of it, the more stuck you become. That's why Jake, when you look at it, Jake is getting worse. Because Jake's trying to find a way out of this damn kingdom, but the only way out is Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
Right? So until Yahweh Shai takes this place down, Jake, the struggle is useless, man.
Hey.
You need to turn to the Lord, man.
You said you get stuck in the miry clay, right?
Yeah.
Get that Psalms 42.
All right.
All right, because we're in the midst of the miry clay now,
Yeah.
right?
42.
Yeah, Psalms 40 and verse 2. Start at 1.
This is Psalms 40 and 1. I waited patiently for the Lord, which is what we're supposed to be doing.
Wow,
And he inclined unto me and heard my cry.
that's right.
He brought me up also out of a horrible
He
pit,
brought me up also out of a horrible pit, which, hey, Babylon is that horrible pit. Go ahead.
out of the miry clay,
Out of the miry clay.
and set my feet upon a rock.
Right, and that rock representing Yahweh Shai.
That's right. And established my
You
goings.
see that? So the Lord is going to pull us out of that miry clay. Miry clay and establish us upon that rock, which is Him.
That's pretty good too.
Yep.
And he hath put a new song in my mouth,
This word.
even praise unto our Lord, or to our power. Many shall see it and fear and trust in the Lord.
That's what's going on now. Because of the establishment of this word, the word going out to the four corners of the earth, the true prophets being on the scene, many are seeing and hearing and trusting in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. People are being converted and believing in the Lord and calling on His name, they're repenting. Whoever the remnant elect is coming in. They're being sealed through the Holy Spirit. Many shall see it and trust in the Lord.
That's right.
Back Daniel.
Can you read verse 450?
This is Daniel 2 and verse 34. Thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, and smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces.
Yeah, because the feet, this revived Roman Empire, this is the last ruling kingdom, man. This is the last rule of the heathen nation, starting with the Edomites, man. This Edomite hegemony, this power structure is about to be eliminated by the Lord. It's about to be taken down. And He's the only one that can take this man down.
Oh, that can deliver.
That's it. He's the only one that can deliver us.
I got one too.
Just to further back up the point that Yahweh Shai, right, He is that stone. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 21, and I'm going to read verse 42, jumping straight to the point. It reads, Yahweh Shai said unto them, did ye never read the scriptures? The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner, that this is that Lord doing, and it is marvelous in your eyes. You see, so just further, proving the fact, further proving the fact that Yahweh Shai, right, He is that stone that's ready to smoke that image, man. Yeah.
This is Job 33 and verse, I start at 28. It says, He will deliver His soul from going into the pit, and His light shall see the light. Lo, all these things worketh Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit, to be enlightened with the light of the living. So as we were going into, man, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is pretty much having all these things happen to work in the favor of Jacob, man. So we're seeing, all right, these kingdoms rise and fall, all right, to ultimately have us to understand the knowledge of evil, so that when we get the kingdom and we'll have, the ability to keep the laws perfect, who will establish true judgment on the earth, man. So all these things were done, all right, as it says, all these things work if Yahweh by Shem Yahushua oftentimes with man, because like I said, man, this was done in our favor, you know, to bring us back, all right, from the pit, man, because our faith was never to be swallowed up in this damn kingdom, man. All right.
Going back, Daniel 2 and verse 35. Then was the iron and the clay, the brass and the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor.
Right, and you know what's heavy is the elder apostle Har brought out. All those kingdoms are still here, man.
Yeah.
You see? Those nations are still here. You know?
Ecclesiastes.
Oh yeah, there you go. Was it 1 and 4?
In chapter 4 and
Okay.
16.
Okay, you got it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and 16. It says, there is no end of all the people.
Boom. There's no end of all people. The nations are still here.
Right. And if I could add, because that's a cut to anybody that's trying to say that these judgments that we bring out about Babylon happened to ancient Babylon.
Right.
All right, because them Babylonians are still here.
That's it.
It said they're just calling them a different name now.
Right. And this Babylon, the daughter Babylon that we're in, is going to be destroyed by fire.
That's right.
Right?
It says there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them.
That's right.
They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity and vexation of spirit. But the point being, there's no end of all the people. So like you said, all the nations, all right, they're still here. The Egyptians, they're still here.
Yes.
The Medes and the Persians, they're still here.
Yes.
The Romans and Greeks, they're still here. They're just called by different names.
There you
man.
go.
Thanks to this devil bringing that confusion in the earth. Man.
That's it. The Greeks, the Romans, the Spaniards, the French, right? Those are all Edomites.
That's right.
So-called European,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, the Persians, those are the Israelites.
Yep.
All right.
Iranians.
Iranians, the Medes, those are the Japhites.
Yep.
You know. So you can't say that this book ain't real, man.
Right, come on, man.
Go ahead, Doc.
Daniel 2 and verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, and the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors.
Yeah, that represents. Hey, somebody look up threshing floor real quick. Threshing floors. 'Cause that represents what? Complete destruction of these nations, man.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, whenever they used to do the harvest, they'll grab whatever crop they want to grab, and they'll beat it on the pavement. And then when they beat it on the pavement, all this little flakes of the seeds or whatever, the shells, all that will be blown off by the wind.
Yeah.
And they'll be like it was never there.
A good example you got when they do sunflower seeds. Take that giant sunflower, they're beating them. That's how you get the sunflower seeds to fall off.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why Yahweh Shah said that he's going to come back and pretty much make these nations into powder, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, these nations, they're going to be turned into absolute nothing, you know, in the time when Yahweh Shah returns, man. You know?
This is a definition of threshing floor from the Strong's Concordance. Strong's H 147, it says, from a group corresponding, it says threshing floor, the group is to fall out, as applied to the grains which are beaten out from the ears and threshing.
Yeah, so these nations won't be beaten to powder like the brother said. You know? That's the point.
Yeah, it's like a little
It says,
door back.
and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them.
The wind is what? The destroying wind, the nuclear destruction.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 1. It reads, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, and rise up against me a destroying wind. It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. You see that? This is going to what? Altar, right? And how shall bring those chariots and also from ICB and missiles, man. That's right. You know, from the nation. So the Lord is going to pretty much beat Esau's leadership into complete powder. You know, you ever held flour in your hand and blew it? That's how the Lord's going to do Esau's rulership. Man.
Right.
It's going to be nothing left.
Total annihilation.
Total annihilation. You know,
Damn.
completely finished, man. You know?
Going back.
Yeah, something.
Just adding on to that word for thresh. It says here to beat, to sift grain by trampling or beating, to tread, to stamp noisome. So pretty much, as the brothers are going into it, the Lord is going to make a grand spectacle of the downfall of these kingdoms, man. Right? He's going to tread upon them. He's going to, like the scriptures talk about, they shall become their footstool, man.
Yeah. Hey, Isaiah 63. Who is this that treadeth in the wine vat?
That's right.
Right? Because you have in the ancient world how you make the wine. You step on the grapes, which is symbolic of Yahweh Shai trampling over the nation.
Right.
Because it said what his garment was stained with, his raiment was stained with blood.
That's right.
Right?
Gotta quicken if I can. This is Isaiah Yeshaya chapter 42 and verse 13. It says, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, and roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
That's right.
I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. Pretty much going to what Yahweh Shai is going to do when he returns. You know? He's going to destroy, you know. Pretty much going into destroying Esau's hegemony.
And also, if I can add, you know, when you think about the story of David and Goliath, you know, David had that one stone. And that stone that he smote the heathen with was Yahweh Shai, man. You know, so on the day of the Lord, right, Yahweh Shai is going to be that stone that's going to destroy these heathens out of their rulership with one blow. That's all it's going to take. You know, there isn't going to be a struggle back and forth. Yahweh Shai said that he wasn't even going to lift up his hand or sword, man. You know, so it's going to be an easy defeat. You know, it's going to be light work. You know, brothers say, you know, that out there in the world, light work, man. Flawless victory. You know.
They say two birds in one stone. He's taking all these birds in one stone.
Get them all out, yo.
That's right.
Daniel 2 and verse 35, the latter part. It says, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
Yeah, that's the kingdom. It said that stone became a great mountain. We know that mountains represent what? Major governments.
That's right.
All right? So when Yahweh Shai comes, he's going to establish the government, the kingdom. Give me that one in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and Isaiah, the 9th chapter. Isaiah 9 and 6. The government should be upon his shoulders.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Showing you too that Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to be set up right here on earth, man. It's going to be set up right here on earth. And it's going to be here forever and ever and ever. And all these heathens, right, they're going to be servitude, you know, unto the Israelites, man. See?
It's Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai. The prophet Isaiah was prophesying of the coming of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And the government shall be upon his shoulders.
See that? The government should be upon his shoulders. Keep going.
And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Yeah, he's the head of the house.
That's right.
Right? He's the head of the church. The everlasting Father. Right? Any more? Is that it? Okay, Con, you got it right.
This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. And so it's like it says, the word of Isaiah, the son of Amos, concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on the top of the mountain.
See, the mountain of the Lord's house should be established at the top of the mountain. The kingdom of the Lord, Jerusalem, if you will, is going to be the ruling government of the planet Earth and universe. That's right. All right? That's the stone that became a great mountain, as we read in Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Go ahead.
It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
All nations are going to be tributary under Israel. That's right. All right?
And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Lord of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
Right, because the law, statutes, commandments are going to be the standard in the earth. That's what's going to be the governing law in the planet earth once the kingdom is established. That's right. Go ahead.
And we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Yeah, see, out of Zion shall go forth the law. Going back to what? The governing body, the house of David, which is going to establish the laws in the earth. That's what's going to bring the earth back to righteousness. All right?
That's more than that.
Yeah.
Isaiah 9:7, of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
Yeah, see, it's not, when Yahweh Shah establishes rule, there's no end to that kingdom, to the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever.
Yeah, that's the kingdom, man. Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai being the head and the King David, all right? 12 to 144,000, every man in his own order.
That's right.
Right?
The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this.
That's it.
One more verse, please. Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge among the nations,
That's right.
and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yep.
You know, ran backing off what the brother read in Isaiah 9, because under Yahweh Shai's rule, all right, there will be peace finally, man. There won't be any more wars in the earth, man. All right, that's how we know that those people in the land of Israel today are not the real people of Israel. Man. You know?
Yeah, it's not going to be any more wars, because when we rule the planet, we're going to be in our supernatural form.
Yeah, we're gonna be gods on earth.
We're going to be gods on earth.
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing against the God, bro.
Right.
If I may add too, with the laws being established, that's going to mitigate a lot of the need that raises attention to war. You know, the law being in place, that's going to solve a lot of the problems that leads to war.
Yeah.
Dysfunction.
Because as it says in Proverbs 29 and 2, it says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. There's not going to be any more need for war because everybody's going to have what they need. All right? And the substance will be divided amongst the heathen. All right? As we divvy it out. And they're going to be at peace as well, man. You know, they're going to be tributaries under us, yes. But they're going to still be able to enjoy the fruits of the kingdom as well, man.
Even the trees themselves, even the trees themselves are going to rejoice, man. You know, you're going to have the animals that can have be at peace with the kids. You know, scriptures go into that, man.
Yeah.
You know, because the order will be established, or the law is going to be established back on earth,
Yeah,
man.
the animals will be able to dwell in their natural habitats without being forced out.
That's right.
You know, like you said, the trees will be rejoicing because there ain't gonna be nobody down there trying to deforest, you know, them.
That's right.
All right, the earth is gonna be at rest because you ain't gonna have these fucking devils extracting the natural resources for their benefit.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be a land Sabbath,
Yeah.
you know? Nah.
Look at this real quick. It's Psalm 67, just laying back on the brothers is going into. The Most High, I start at verse 1. The Most High be merciful unto us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us, that thy way may be known upon the earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O Most High. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth. Let the people praise thee, O Most High, and let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and the Most High, even our own power, shall bless us. The Most High bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. So just going into the spirit that brothers are in, the Lord, his coming with the establishment of Israel as that ruling class power, right? The whole earth is going to benefit from it, huh? Right? All of existence is going to increase, right? Like I said, everlasting increase, huh? You know, because it was ultimately designed to last forever, man. But because we went off, through that punishment, the Lord has allowed the earth to wax worse and wane. But when we get reestablished through Yahweh Shai, everything is gonna, be at its full strength.
And we understand that that's going like that because, like you mentioned, according to Romans 8, I believe that's 17, about how, until now, creation groaneth to the manifestation of the children of the Lord. But these heathen, they were never given
Adidas for me.
the heathen. They were never given proper instruction on how to truly rule. Okay, so this is why you see Moab. He ain't gonna be the next superpower to rule. The Chinese people, because you don't know how to let the animals be.
That's right.
You think everything is fucking food, man. All right, these damn Hamites, they're bugged out of their mind. They don't know how to rule, and they've had their chance. When you go throughout the beginning of the scripture, All right, the Hamites continue, try to rule, and they always fucked up, brother. They were never given the law. All these heathens, they're all unfit to rule, except Israel, because we have the law, statutes, and commandments. Man.
That's how you know the Lord is just.
He gave everybody a
He
chance.
gave everybody a chance. He said, none of y'all can meet the mark.
Y'all proved it. Y'all proved it. Y'all proved it. Israel, we proved it. This is why, hey, during King Solomon's rule, we got to 40 years, and then King Solomon went off, and we've been through ever since, man. Really, start with Adam. Adam went off, and then King Solomon kind of put the cherry on it, and what showed that we need the law, man. We need the law to put on every part of life.
Because you see the wicked is moving, man. You know, and you see the state of the earth, man. Everything and everybody is mourning. You know, the trees, they're not yielding their proper fruit. You know, because under the rulership of these heathens, right? And these last days, who's ruling them? Esau, Edom.
As I read earlier in Daniel 4:17, the basis of men.
That's right.
The basis of men is destroying the earth, because it says he rejects the Lord's ways, and look what he's okaying, man. He's okaying the earth literally to destroy itself, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good to say. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will you not learn righteousness.
Exactly.
That's right. This is why we need Yahweh Shai to come back. We need deliverance.
I got a quick precept. This is second Ezra 14 and 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And as you see, the earth got worse and worse under these heathen rulership until we got to Esau. And then under Esau, it just got, it became shit, man. You know, life is, the human experience is awful under this man's rulership, man. But at least with, certain rulership that we were in, captivity we were in, all right, the heathen, they let us keep our customs, man. Like under the Persians, the Syrians, they let us continue to keep our customs, man. But these fucking devils, man, they like, the hell with the Lord's ways, man. You gonna follow us. And look what that has done, man.
That's right.
Done. This is the book of Daniel 2 and 36. This is a dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the Most High of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hast made thee ruler over all. Thou art this head of gold.
And that's going into what? Again, that Babylonian Empire, man. See? Going back to what? That the head on that great statue.
Verse 39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee.
And that other kingdom was talking about the Medo-Persian Empire, man.
And another third kingdom of brass.
And that brass is going to who? Greeks. So we're just, just showing you these things, man. That you got it, bro.
Which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong, or Slakia, shall be strong as iron.
Again, going into that Roman Empire. See?
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as the iron that breaketh all these, shall it break into pieces and bruise.
That's right, because Esau, Edom, during the Roman Empire, he used a lot of iron, man. A lot of iron weapons. He also used brass too.
The Roman Empire was known as the greatest military might on the planet Earth. And even nowadays, they reference that Roman military structure that they had.
Yeah, they had the artillery, they had the force, they had the numbers.
That's right.
So they were a force to be reckoned with.
That's right.
Continuing on, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
So right now, as we talked about, you have a lot of division going on amongst the European Union. There's a lot of in-house fighting. When you really get into it, a lot of division that was going on was over taxation and immigration. And what's heavy is the same shit that's going on over here.
Right.
The flood of migrants, refugees entering into the land. You know, people, they don't want to, they're discussing and arguing over taxes, who's going to take care of these people. You know, it's a lot of division that's going on amongst their policies.
Yeah,
you know?
in-house fighting. Because even when you go to the top, these elites are have infighting amongst themselves, man.
Yep.
And they show you that when you watch the Kingsman movie, the I think it's the third one.
Kingsman.
The Kingsman, yeah. They show you that look, the rulers, which were the brothers, were fighting each other. And that's what you see going on with these elites. It's just not publicized, but they have different means of how they want to go about bringing in this new world order, man.
That's right.
That's why I say this that confusion amongst each other, which is letting you know this is why it says that iron makes a mighty clay, man.
Yeah, even back to the immigration issue over there in Europe. This is why. What are we seeing now? Like race wars.
Yeah.
You know, there's been like so-called race wars going on. You know, blacks getting attacked by whites and all that shit. This thing about the Venezuela. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, they wild over
See what I'm saying?
Chicago and Colorado.
Yeah.
And we just did a game going to left on that last night. You had the Hells Angels, which is an Edomite biker gang, wanting to go up there and pretty much handle that.
There you
So
go.
that's race wars,
The
man.
division on every side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a quick one.
If I can elaborate, but too, because Kwame mentioned the immigration, that was one of the reasons for the ancient Romans' fall.
Yep.
The demise was tied to immigration, showing that the same way how this man revived the system, practicing the ancient Roman Empire, is the same exact fall.
To the T.
I was gonna say that shows you, going back to the statue, the quality of the kingdoms, man. Because you go from the gold to the silver to the brass to the iron to the mixed iron with the clay.
Yeah.
This is the lowest grade of kingdom that has ever been across the earth, but it's the most powerful at this current moment. So that's just showing you that through all these things, that this is the lowest value, the lowest quality, that Esau could have.
Hey, this nigga maxed out the attack points, let everything else zero.
This rulership that we in is a low quality rulership.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
But like you said, this kingdom is trash despite all the advancement in technology.
Right.
Because
really, in the means of developing that technology, it has come at the expense of the kingdom. Because you bring in the Wi-Fi and all this, this is destroying.
It's killing people.
It's destroying everything.
5G. Now they about to roll out 6G.
Yeah.
Now they got studied cell phone, high level cell phone using causing tumors in your body, cancer. And
Yeah, they
shit.
said just today I was watching Elias Salama different videos on it. They're saying that the Y chromosome is about to go extinct. So look, this showing you, but this is death.
Yeah.
This why this land is known as the land of darkness, man.
That's it.
Yeah. You got fish that are out there catching cancers, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you got birds with STDs. They got a lot of. You go to PetSmart. They'll tell you like these birds got chlamydia and shit, man.
Yeah.
This man is tripping.
Yeah. You
But
got forever chemicals all in the water. It's just
Marine life beaching themselves because the ocean water is just too toxic to live in.
But this is all because the Lord, allowing these men to do what he's doing. But this is Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
There you go.
How then shall his kingdom stand?
That's it. So go ahead, slide.
Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How can his kingdom then stand?
When you go to the Hebrew letter I, it's one, and essentially it shows strength. So ultimately, a place that's inhabited has to act as one. So if it's two, if it's division, then it's going to be destroyed. I got another precept though. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. It says, "Now will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians; they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom."
That's right. So this is going back to the elder's point, the priest's point, man. You see a lot of division that's happening here, man. You got I want to say people that are what's that, the Brexit thing. It's a lot of stuff that's happening.
Brexit.
Yeah.
Nations leaving the European Union.
Yeah.
You know?
They're banning the U.S. dollar.
Yep.
You know, all of this stuff here is happening, showing you that there's division, man. Right, going into what? That part iron, that part clay.
Certain NATO nations like Turkey, right? They take Turkey as part of the NATO. Now they doing deals with Russia, or eventually going to side with Russia.
And
And all
they
that.
were telling Turkey, telling the EU to pretty much cut ties with Turkey because they're seeing that tension that's brewing between them because of what's being done on the Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
They don't trust them.
Yep.
As they shouldn't, because you're fucking their people up. They're still Muslims.
Yeah.
And they're going to side with their people regardless.
Exactly.
Started here.
No. Then you had the Nord Stream pipeline 1 and 2, which America destroyed, which provided the gas, electricity to Europe.
And they proved that it was American too.
There you go.
And also, you start to see, more and more talks of civil war right here in America, man.
Right.
Showing you that, this place is pretty much done. The foundation of this place is cracking.
Bro, it's divided down the middle. It's divisions on everything, man.
Yeah.
Anti-jabbers versus the jabbers. Like I said, the Democrats versus the Republicans. The pro-government versus the people that's against it. It's division everywhere, man.
That's right.
That's the Lord.
It's a miry clay.
Yeah.
Everything's polarized.
Right.
That's right.
Continuing back. Daniel 2 and verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Yep.
But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. So going into that military might. That's it, the advancements of technology. Right? They have it. But it says right here, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
That's the division. That's the division that's going on amongst America, EU, NATO, all the in-house fighting, different things we went through, right? Everybody's not on the same page.
They can't come to an agreement.
On nothing in this place, man.
He didn't even make it a year, did he?
Go ahead. Continuing on, it says, Daniel 2 and verse 43. 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Right, so once again, the division, these European nations are going to eventually break up. You got different alliances being made, different types of backdoor deals being made. Nobody really wants to deal with America's dollar anymore, things like that. The different types of war policies and legislation is division amongst all that shit, man. Right? What's going on in Israel, the Gaza Strip, everything is divided to the core.
That's right. You got more and more talks of, Russia want to pretty much nuke this place, America. Kim Jong-un, all these leaders, man. There's division. That's the point. Nobody is together, man. But as you see, the Lord, He's raising up the men in these times, right, to bring the men of the Lord together. So that's really the only thing that's being made together in these times.
That's the only unification.
That's right.
The Lord raising up the elect.
That's the real unity.
Yeah. House of David.
Yeah, that's right.
Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay, and understanding the will of the Lord going into this prophecy, we're seeing that fulfillment take place before our very eyes. The submission, the in-house fighting amongst these kings that are supposed to be unified with a common cause to establish their NWO. But as the brother priest had brought out, it's division. Okay? So this system is not going to be fortified, and it's all the will of the Lord, His purpose, His intent to bring about the kingdom of heaven.
Showing you we are at the end of this double leadership.
That's right.
Daniel 2 and 44. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
That's right. So Yahweh Shah's kingdom was established here on earth. It's never going to be destroyed. you know, showing you, or just lining back off what the elder had mentioned earlier, you know, or as a matter of fact, Priest mentioned it too, you know, showing you that those people over there in that land, they're not the real people, man. You know, because again, there's war that's happening. All these things are happening in these times, man. You know, so those people, they cannot be the people, man. You know, but when Yahweh Shai's kingdom is set up, it's going to be forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, they don't fit the script. This is why they're trying to control the narrative.
That's right.
Trying to keep people hushed.
That's right.
Right? 'Cause people commonly talk about these things, man. Who are these imposters in the land of Israel?
Yeah.
Who are the true biblical Israelites, man? The prophecies. People are, because of that standard being lifted up in the earth, right? People are talking about these things, man. It's all on the internet, social media. Jake's on these podcasts talking about the scriptures and the end times, what's going on the planet Earth. You see, people can't get enough of this, man, because this truth is really the hot topic in the planet Earth.
You can't get away from prophecy.
You can't. No?
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
Yeah, all the nations that are still here are going to be conquered and put under subjection under Yahweh Shema Shai and the 144,000, the house of David. Right?
And the book of Psalms 110 tell you that Yahweh Shai is going to come through and strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, showing you that all these rulerships, they're going to be done away with. Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to be forever.
Yeah, it also says what? That he shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
That's right. Going into all these rulerships, man.
Rally Yahweh Shabbat, man.
Yeah.
Lord's gonna leave a massacre over there, man.
That's it.
That's right.
That's where that Ezekiel 39 will come into play. Hey, Shalom.
Yeah, 'cause
Ezekiel 39, they're going to have to clean up. They're going to have to clean up them bodies.
that's gonna be their first, the elite's first job, you know, coming into the kingdom. Doing, like you said, you made Jake. You have Jake being the janitor and the craftsman.
Right.
You're gonna be doing exactly that, man.
Continue employment.
Bury them bodies, man.
That's it.
First off, the last is last off.
That's it, man.
Heavy, man.
Continuing on, it says, the latter part, Daniel 2 and 44. But it shall break in pieces and consume all the kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, and the clay, and the silver, and the gold,
Yahweh Shai coming to conquer. Go ahead.
the great power hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
It said the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof true. You know, so you know, this is heavy, man. We are in these times. You know, and as you see, all of these things here, they're happening, man. Right? Esau, Edom, you know, it's being revealed as a so-called white man. You know, showing you also that we are in that revived Roman Empire. You know, this is it right here, America, man. You know, we're here.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 19. It says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. Like the scripture say, pretty much the end was prophesied from the beginning. You know, Isaiah 34 and 16. You know, pretty much all the prophecies are going to come to pass and going to continue to come to pass.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai being that day star, you know, the light going back to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, and through that light is what gives us the knowledge, you know. The 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, where it talks about how the Lord has not shined unto them. The Lord has revealed the light unto us, the understanding.
That's right. The secrets, going back to the secrets, man.
That's it, man.
You know, these secrets, they're being revealed to us, man. And we're breaking them down. You know, starting with our head. You know?
So, 2 Corinthians 4 and 3.
Yeah.
But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost,
That's right.
in whom the power of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not,
Uh-huh.
lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto
See
you.
that the light of the Lord didn't shine unto 2/3.
That's right.
And through that light, which enables you to have the understanding. Right? So that's why, if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost, the ones that the Lord is going to destroy, the ones that whom the Lord didn't want to get the truth.
That's right.
See?
Going back to what? Romans, what's that? Romans 11 and 7.
Right.
You know, on down. You know, they tell you that how the Lord has blinded, 2/3 of our people, man. But as you see, the Lord, He's allowed us to have that light.
And the election obtained.
That's right. And the rest were blind. You know.
Daniel 2 and 46. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel, and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him.
That's right. Because Daniel, he was a prophet of the Lord, man. See?
And the same thing we see happen to Joseph. He was made second in command in the kingdom, in Pharaoh's kingdom.
But that shows you that we're in the least valuable kingdom because they don't value the prophets.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So you say they what? They misused the prophets until there was no remedy. So as you see, that's why Yahweh Shah going to come back and destroy this place because they misused the prophets, the seers. You know, that's righteous judgment within itself.
And the scriptures say, he that touches you touches the apple of mine eye.
That's right.
So you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
You basically defile the Lord's word.
Yeah.
You know, and the scriptures go into that, how the Lord is going to avenge his word.
Greetings, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Peace, brother. You know, you got it.
Daniel 2 and 47. The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth it is, that your power is the power of gods, and the Lord of kings, and the revealer of secrets.
Woo! See that? That was being acknowledged. The power, man. Yahweh Bashim Awashad. Go ahead.
Seeing thou couldst reveal this secret. Then the king made Daniel a great man, and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon.
There you go, man. That's heavy. Daniel was exalted.
Yo, imagine you tell somebody, it's funny you made that, not funny, but it's beautiful you made that point. Because for Nebuchadnezzar to be told, look, your kingdom is not going to last forever. And for him to say, damn, you know what? I still respect the fact that the interpretation that you provided was accurate. What you prophesied and told me is substantial. We're doing the same thing, but Esau, he don't like that. He gets very emotional. He gets irate. He wants to shadow ban. He wants to do all type of things to try and shut down the prophecy.
Because that is a constant reminder that he's going to go down in the worst way.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you can't blame him.
Yeah.
Because anybody with that type of knowledge of their future will bug out just like how he's bugging out. So it's understandable, but nigga, that's not going to change nothing. No?
Exactly. Because you got to remember, what's his mindset? It was thought as what? That his kingdom should dwell forever.
Right.
You know?
This is why he's trying all these different means to usurp authority, not authority, to usurp prophecy, and try to come up with some buck that way they're going to overcome the Lord.
Right, but what are they doing? What's it called? It starts with a C, where they freeze their bodies to try to cryogenics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Did a lesson on that. So you got these wealthy elites trying to freeze their body to be brought back to life in the future. You got the transhumanism.
Yeah, where they're trying to pretty much upload the consciousness to the cloud, like
Yep.
they do the transcenders on Altered Carbon.
Yep.
You got these Edomites, they started messing with the, what do you call it, going to the space-time continuum,
Yeah.
go back in time.
Yeah.
and all that.
Time travel.
Yeah.
time travel,
This is new thing that came out in the news. It's called Noah's orbital ark or something like that, where they're trying to take the world's resources and hide them on the moon because they know the destruction on the earth. Hey, look it up. It's called the lunar ark. That's what it's called. So they're gonna send a vessel to the moon with all the Earth's critical resources to preserve it from the destruction that's getting ready to play out on the
Yeah,
Earth.
bro. Them Hollywood directors got these mans bugged out.
Come on,
yo.
man.
It's like you watch like movies like After Earth,
Yeah.
Elysium and shit like
Yeah.
that. It's not gonna work.
This is a real thing that they're working on.
And also,
That's going too far.
yeah. That's why they try to, they even show you that movie, Don't Look Up. You know, how they try to send a spaceship up and go to another planet.
And then what happened to them?
Exactly.
They got ate.
Yeah, got killed at the end.
So it's no salvation for the wicked, man.
That's it. Salvation
That's
is
it.
far from the wicked, the scripture says.
And going back to the Greeks, man, you know, after Alexander, nobody acknowledged, any of these Edomite kingdoms acknowledged the power of the Heavenly Father.
Right.
You know, that's why the scriptures say evils are multiplied in the earth. Because from that point, there was no recognition of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai after that.
Well, you have with the Exodus of the Lord pretty much had to walk the Gentiles. He probably knows the Lord still good. So he sees that either way, it's futile for him. That's why he's just like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just try to do whatever I can do, man.
Go all out.
Yeah. And like I said, once again, you can't blame him. Shit. Crash out, bro.
Crash out.
That's the only option you got.
Right.
You're gonna lose anyway. Hey, the Lord like a little fight, man.
That's why scriptures in the book of Job will tell you that this stuff here, he has bounds that you cannot pass.
Yeah.
You know, so Esau, you can try to, do your little, whatever.
Go to Mars.
Yeah, the supercomputer try to change your destiny.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what's it called? Project
Looking
Looking
Glass.
Glass. You know, you try to communicate with them demons on the left hand side. Hey, and eventually they're gonna turn on you, man. They're employed by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
And they know that. That's why Elon Musk said when they're gonna let the demon out, they're gonna lose control. And they show you that in all their Hollywood movies dealing with these robots. They're gonna turn on you.
Yeah, AI is tweaking right
Cause
now.
look, they hit that story, but remember they came out a couple of years ago in Japan when that
Oh, yeah.
robot pretty much broke loose and killed a couple people, and then they tried to upload the consciousness to the satellite and they shut it down.
Yeah.
They developed its own language, like the video you went into.
Yep.
You know, so this Esau already knows this is going. He can't hold it.
He's cooked.
And they have him saying, "Hey, once you open Pandora's box, you can't reclose it, man."
I got it, please, sir. Beautiful. This is Psalms 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Yep.
So all these things that the brother is talking about, all these are vain imaginations, man. And they ain't gonna profit for nothing, man. All these underwater cities, these bunkers, and all this shit, it's all to preserve these people to just be put into slavery, man.
That's it, first fruits.
Yeah.
The Lord got you. Hey, that's the beauty. He has the elites of this world reserved to be the first fruits of slavery. All right, that's the elites, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. That's the elites of Ishmael, Moab, Ham. Right, all of them, man. They're all being reserved for the first fruits of slavery. Man.
Never worked a day in their life, and they're gonna go right into the hardest job possible at the very beginning.
Imagine day one, niggas gonna be dying.
They're going to want to give up the spirit of that girl. So that's why, they don't want to give up the spirit. But brothers don't have spiritual power.
So did you drink too much
Raise
last
them back
night?
up, man.
We gonna do that for Esau. Esau goes, he ain't gonna last. It's hard to imagine. You have just every couple hours bring him back. He's weak.
Yeah, Job said it. Straight that's failed me. You know what I'm saying? They're weak.
Weak spiritually, mentally, and physically.
We're born to be a servant.
That's right. That's your rightful place.
As the name that you had before you changed to Rothschild, Bauer.
Yeah.
You're a peasant.
There you go. Lowest of the low.
Continuing on, Daniel 2. Verse 46. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel, and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him. The king answered unto Daniel and said, Of truth it is, that your power is the power of gods and the Lord of kings,
That's right.
and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret. Then the king made Daniel a great man, and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. 49. Then Daniel requested of the king that he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon. But Daniel sat in the gate of the king.
Right? That shows you the men that help glorify Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's name, that the Lord elevated them. You know, like I mentioned about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, when they went to their trials about being put in the furnace, the Nebuchadnezzar, and he honored them as well, man.
That's
You know,
right.
so what you think the Lord's gonna do with his prophet whenever all this is said and done,
Man,
man?
man, that's heavy.
That's why it's good to praise the Lord now, man. To call and worship Him, call and worship on the name of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? And pray for more wisdom, because we definitely gonna need it in these times, man.
You gotta think about it, man. The glory the Lord's gonna give to his men. You gotta look at on a carnal level, an earthly level. You look at like using LeBron for example. His day ones that was with him from the beginning, that stuck by him, and look how he blessed them whenever he made it. So how much more us on a higher spiritual level when the Howard Shai comes back, those that held down for him, man.
Yeah. That's right. So anybody got anything else? So we prayed this lesson here was edifying, the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're gonna go ahead and close it out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua, Hashem HaKadosh.
Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and Blue Blood and Choice of Truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
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 Shalom.